Got it? And I activated the timer and beacon, so not only do they know exactly where you are, they also know your time limit to get to Bucharest. Miss it, and do I really need to tell you? His shoulders slumped. I could just snap your neck, he said, but I could tell it was half-hearted. You could try, and I could tase you again so hard you wouldn't wake up for 6 hours, giving you even less time to make it to Romania. So, can I keep reading you your rights? He didn't say anything, and I picked up where I left off. If you fail to report within the next 12 hours, you will be terminated. If you attack any humans, you will be terminated. If you attempt to remove the tracking device, you will be terminated. We look forward to working with you. I always thought that last line was a nice touch. The vamp looked dejected, sitting there on the ground and facing the end of his freedom. I held out a hand. Need help up? I asked. After a moment, he reached out and took it. I pulled him up. Vamps are surprisingly light. Having no internal fluids will do that to you. I'm Evie. Steve. Thank heavens he wasn't another Vlad. He looked uncomfortable. So Bucharest? You wouldn't happen to have money for a train ticket? Paranormals, honestly. I reached into my bag and handed him a bunch of euros. Getting from Italy to Romania wouldn't be easy, and he needed to book it. You'll want a map and directions, I called as he started to slink off through the graves. Poor guy. He was really embarrassed. I handed him the sheet of directions to the Bucharest Processing and Assignment Building. It's okay to use mind control tricks to get through borders, I smiled encouragingly. He nodded, still morose, and left. Finding Steve hadn't taken as long as I had worried it would. Excellent. It was dark, I was freezing, and my vamp-luring outfit of a wide-necked white blouse wasn't exactly helping. Plus, I stuck out like a sore thumb in Latin countries, with my platinum blonde hair and a braid trailing halfway down my back. I wanted out of here. I punched in the number of the center on my communicator. Think cell phone without a camera, and they only come in white. Lame. Done. I need a ride home. Processing your request, a monotone voice said on the other end. I waited, sitting on the nearest gravestone. The communicator flashed 5 minutes later. Sending transport now. The trunk of a large, gnarled tree about 15 feet in front of me shimmered, and the outline of a door appeared. A tall, slender man walked out. Well, not man, really. His figure was distinctly male, although it seemed stretched, a little too narrow. With delicate features and almond-shaped eyes straight out of an anime cartoon, his face was, simply put, beautiful. It made your heart ache with the desire to do nothing but stare at him for the rest of your life. He smiled at me. Shut up, I said, shaking my head. Did they have to send Reth? Sure, the ferry paths were the fastest way from here to there, but that meant going from here to there with him. And unlike the happy fantasy of fairies as delicate, tiny winged things who love nature, yeah, not so much. Fairies are a lot more complicated than that. Complicated and dangerous. Walking briskly up, I held out my hand and clenched my jaw. Evelyn, he purred. It's been too long. I said shut up, didn't I? Let's go. He laughed, a silvery sound like bells, and traced one long, slender finger along my wrist before taking my hand in his. I tried not to shiver. He laughed again, and we stepped through the oaken doorway. I closed my eyes. This part always freaked me out. I knew what I would see if I looked. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing under my feet, nothing above me, nothing around me. I put one foot in front of the other and held onto Reth's hand as if my life depended on it, since it did. No human could walk the ferry paths alone without being lost forever. And then it was over. We stepped out into one of the cool, fluorescent-lit hallways of the center. I yanked my hand away from Reth's. His special brand of warmth had already spread through my arm and was creeping even farther. Not even a thanks, he called after me as I